What is up, world? What is up, world? What is up, world? You are in tune to the KnoItAllz. And man, you got your usual suspects, myself, Tate, and Big-G. Man, I'm going to tell you something, man. If y'all could hear some of the stuff that Big-G is saying, I mean, really, y'all would really think that he is smoking on the bum boy. Definitely, man. Tate, what's popping, man? How you doing?
What's happening, man? Not too much. Just literally just about 10 minutes ago, had my niece and nephews all weekend, and that's 6, 4, and 3. Well, they're actually all got a birthday coming up next couple months, so it's gonna be 7, 5, and 4, but it's a lot. But it was fun. They had fun. So
got to play Uncle Tate. I like that.
I don't play Uncle Tate. I'm the original OG uncle. Your old uncle, I'm more OG uncle than him.
Oh wow!
I've been an uncle for 38 years, bro. Come on, man.
Hey, what's up, Big-G, man? How you doing? You holding up the bias sign? Talk about it, man. Get it off your chest.
Because you the most biased dude. I can't wait till we get to before the scenes and after the scenes. Let me tell y'all something, KnoItAllz. My brother is the most biased dude I ever seen in my whole life when it comes to sports takes and all.
You don't look in the mirror. Because if you looked in the mirror,
you are biased, bro. You are biased.
Who's the least biased out of us on every take?
You.
Thank you, sir.
You ain't even
but
that.
This dude is ridiculous. This dude is ridiculous.
I'm trying to figure out his bias against. We're talking about Patrick Surtain at the time. What's your bias against Patrick Surtain?
Patrick Surtain is good, but this man.
But what's your bias? What would be your bias against him?
I don't have one. I'm just trying to tell this man Patrick Surtain is not the top 20 cornerbacks of all time. He's not there yet.
Let's ask the live chat. Live chat. Is Patrick Surtain a top 20 corner of all time? And is Patrick Surtain a top 10 defensive player or top 3 defensive player in the NFL as of today?
He's a top 10 defensive player.
I'll give some context. Played his 4th year, 2 times All-Pro in 4 years, 3 Pro Bowls in 4 years, and defensive MVP.
Yes.
Now you can go look at any corner that we was talking about. Mod said he ain't better than Aeneas Williams. He is better than Aeneas Williams.
He's fat.
Mod said he ain't better than Rondé Barber. He is better than Rondé Barber.
Rondé's in the Hall of Fame.
Do you think he's not on a trajectory to be in the Hall of Fame? Barring injury, he gonna wipe out all them dudes that maybe Deion and Rob Woodson.
Everybody look good. Everybody got those 3-4 years, but if we're talking about longevity, he ain't even better than Richard Sherman at this point.
Stop that.
He only not because Richard Sherman got to play out his whole career. Ma won't be saying this in 3 or 4 years, so it's really a moot point. But it's dumb. Ma, provided he stay healthy, Ma definitely won't be saying that.
And how this all started was because I told Mod that Patrick Surtain is on pace to be better than Revis Island. Revis Island never even won a freaking defensive MVP. Never won one.
Darrelle Revis is one of the greatest cornerbacks to play the game. And for you to say that he's better than Darrelle
Surtain
Revis,
is better.
No, come on, bro.
Okay. All right.
Come on,
bro.
Well,
you'll see as time goes on, everybody be like, G was right, dog. Surtain is a dog, bro.
He's a dog, he's not. He's not true. Go ahead, Tate.
No, I'm trying to look. So Revis played from 2007. Revis played 11 seasons.
Yeah.
Patrick Surtain's played 4.
Yeah.
Revis had 4 first-team All-Pros. Surtain already got 2. So he on pace to have 4 in 8 years versus 11 years.
Yeah.
Patrick Surtain got 3. Patrick Surtain got 3 Pro Bowls in his first 4. I'm not saying he's better than Revis right now, but I'm saying the trajectory he's on.
The trajectory is one thing, but actually being better he's not. Tim, you didn't even hear it. You didn't even hear it, and you said it just like I said it.
Put up Dennis Pavlov's comment while you putting up comments. Put up his. Put up Pavlov.
Revis Island.
Put up the Quad Father's comments.
Revis Island. You know what I'm saying?
See how you skipping comments?
That's
the bias. That's the bias.
Revis Island. No, if he was a Cowboy, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I mean, listen,
Stop it.
He would. He already thrown Michael Parsons in the mix already.
No, I
You know
didn't
who
throw
else
him in
he
the.
throwing? He
Guess
said
what?
to Rob
I didn't
Bland.
throw
He
him in
said
the
to
mix.
Rob Bland.
You want to know why?
He said to Rob Bland.
You want to know why he's in the mix? Because this man said that he's better than Michael Parsons. That's why
I said Patrick Surtain is a top 3 defender in the NFL right now today. That's what I'm saying.
And then in the top 3 defensive players right now is Michael Parsons, Myles Garrett, and T.J. Watt. And it's not.
And that's when I tried to separate you young gentlemen, you schoolboys, from arguing and fighting, and say that you got to go by position. You just named 3 edge rushers. Yeah, edge rushers impact the game differently, but so do guys that take somebody completely off the chessboard in the receiving game. So you have to pick one person every level to say the best 3 defenders to me.
I'm not changing the goalpost, Tim. What the hell are you talking about?
That's what he does. That's what he does. It is what it is.
But if you can say Parsons is a top 3 edge rusher, you can say Surtain's a top 3 corner. You can't.
Definitely a top 3.
I can say Surtain the number 1 corner in the league, and it ain't even close. It ain't even close.
You can say that.
And Michael Parsons is not necessarily number 1 in his position in the league.
Okay,
he top 3 for sure.
He's top 3, but he ain't number 1.
I don't want to interject my opinion. I'm just saying you could argue that he's not. But Patrick Surtain, you ain't arguing.
Yeah, ain't no argument. He's number 1.
He's the best corner. He's the best cornerback in the league right now. Best one. And I give you that. Hey, G. So look, how am I biased? I don't have a bias. I'm just telling you what
I'm about to develop a name because he ain't no Yenzi. I got to figure out a name that I can say for the Cowboy bias. I got to figure out a name, Tate.
It's not biased when it's. See, I'm gonna tell you something. Here, and then we're gonna get to the show. We're gonna get to the show.
This is part of the show. This. If you read the description, this is the shenanigans part. But go ahead.
Yeah, this is the shenanigans part. Listen, here is the problem that I have with G. Not so much with Tate, but with G. I can't say without him saying, "Oh, here comes the bias." I can't say without him saying, "Oh, here comes the bias." And this man talks Ohio State and Steelers the whole time, but yet I'm biased. If matter of fact, in the draft, all he wants to draft is Ohio State players. Listen, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear bias.
There's good reason for that.
Yeah, but here it is. I am the most least. I can't even say anything about my Cowboys without it being biased. I don't say much about the Cowboys. Really, I don't. I don't say much about them. Now, if you accuse me of being a Texas dude, I'm a Texas dude through and through. It is what it is. I'm a Texas dude through and through. I love my state. It just is what it is. Just like y'all love Ohio, I love my. So you could call me biased there. But as far as the Cowboys, I'm not biased about anything. And look, this when we talk football and when we talk, sports, I understand if we talking it from our vantage point. But I don't understand how G be throwing this word bias around, and he never looks in the mirror at his biasness. The boy is just so biased, Brian. I mean, the boy is just biased. You know what I'm saying?
In fairness, he uses the term loosely, just like he do trash. Jesus get out there on takes. You know what I mean?
That's fact.
Yeah, but look, G, man, let's talk to him, man. Look, make sure that you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. So when we go live, you'll definitely get those notifications. G, tell them what they need to do, man.
Man, make sure you guys rock out with the know-it-alls. We're going to pause for the calls, get the intro, start this thing up, and let's go with the know-it-alls because we already done started off on something. So let's do what we do.
Yeah, man. And we are back, man. We are back, getting ready to get this thing started, man. I'm gonna tell you something. First and foremost, number one, congratulations UConn ladies. They went ahead and they won today, man. They just obliterated South Carolina. What you think about that, Tate, man? Talk to me about that whole thing.
I watched the game, man. This went off about 30 minutes ago, and UConn controlled it from the beginning, man. That freshman Sarah Strong is a beast. Paige is a beast. Gino's great coach, probably top all time. And South Carolina really don't have a star player. They got good players and a good team and a good system, but they didn't really have no star player to go to like Paige Beckers and, yeah. I'm with you, Tim. But yeah, man, I don't remember the girl now y'all talking about when Prince was on the show with us, the girl down in Texas. If she picked South Carolina, though, South Carolina ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that one they sophomore and freshman heavy, South Carolina.
I don't know everybody's class year, but I think they got I think is Chloe Kitts, is she gone? Will she be back?
Let me look at their roster, man. I'm gonna check that out. I do know that the girl that we were talking about in Texas, she picked Oklahoma. She picked Oklahoma over everybody. Crazy.
She ain't want to go too far from home.
Yeah, nope, she didn't. She picked over Oklahoma over South Carolina and Texas, which was wow. But I mean, hey, gives parity in the sport.
True.
And I'm gonna tell you this. I think now, there's another Division I program that started in Texas, University of Texas at not El Paso, but oh my gosh, University of Texas, Rio Grande, just started a D1 program, and these boys now are promising, that NIL money, and it's D1, so you're gonna get that parity. You're gonna get people who leave their prospective universities to get that check. So it's the same thing basketball. And when you look at the rosters, you're going to see them shake up and the transfer portal open up, and people are going to jump ship and go from place to place, because that is, the nature of college basketball and college sports as we know it. Big G had an internet drop. His internet dropped. He'll be back in. He's had to reboot. That's what happened when you be just pointing out all that biasness on the internet. It'll drop you. You know what I'm saying?
But I think as far as the NIL though, that's just college sports in general now. That's just the landscape, right?
Facts.
So the players that are leaving are most teams, most great teams are depth pieces, right? So you might have a 4 or 5 star person that's backing up, but they want to play, and such and such gonna give me $700,000 to come there. Of course they gonna go.
That's what it is.
But the big name brand programs and schools are not losing their guys. They losing some of their backups that are good players, But yeah, so parity abounds because of that. So teams like, I'm waiting to see how Eddie George gonna have Bowling Green playing up by Toledo.
Yeah, Sacramento State. Michael Vick, we're trying to see what he's doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's Norfolk State. Who is Sacramento State?
No, he's not in Norfolk, Michael Vick?
Yeah, you talking about Deshaun Jackson might be somewhere up there in Cali.
Yeah, well, no. I thought it was Michael Vick that took over.
No, Vic back home in the VA. You can go ahead and Google and see if I'm right.
No, you right. if that's what that is. Let's see. Education. Yep, Norfolk State. You're right. I thought it was but I thought it was a school on the West Coast.
I think that's where Deshaun Jackson, the wide receiver that played with Vic and the Eagles, is at. He's a coach too.
Well, I think these former players are going to be able to get it in and get it on. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. So let me ask you this.
They're getting opportunities because of Deion.
Yeah, and you're right. You're absolutely right. So let me ask you this. So, the girls are concluded. Man, Houston, bro. Houston. Well, whoa. Stop. Before we go. before we go, you had a good question. They had brother man Fifth Flow asked a question.
Bro, man, shout out to you, homie, Fifth Flow. Big G on this big garbage Android. You can tell because our screen is.
Yeah, and look at
Right. He can't. His Android can't even make the screen landscape. He got to keep it at portrait.
Man, y'all lucky. Y'all lucky we on the air. Because I sure would tell you something. Man, everything just lost its mind over here, man. So I'm gonna be on my phone until it gets right.
Turn your mic down a little bit, though. You loud.
That's
but
better.
yeah, I was gonna say you still come down a little bit. You louder than you was when you left.
It's not working.
Big chubby fingers over there messing up.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hey man, you remember the other day on Smash the Gas how Curb was messing up stuff?
Yeah.
We'll start calling you Baby Curb.
Man, the computer lost its mind, man. It literally like shut all the way down. The internet dropped and everything.
This don't got nothing to do with your computer. This is all your phone and the loudness and you fumbling around.
Y'all lucky we on air. I keep telling y'all, man.
Hey, Ma, I was just gonna say though about last night's game.
Hold on. He asked you how you was doing, man.
Yeah, bro, man. You dropped the comment too quick. But I'm doing good, man. Just checking on me because I was over here. I had a little we used to call it smuckle. Had a smuckle with some Patron, just a smuckle, like a little, like it barely covered my few cubes of ice in the cup, man. I wasn't fooling with these jokers.
Yeah, man, you got to leave that alone.
I've been left alone for 7.5 years. I don't want it back. Pay had his red cup out. I pulled my red cup back. Red cup back out.
Like it.
That's
I like
all.
It. So about last night's game, go ahead, Tate.
Nah, I just was gonna say, man, that you know how it always go, Mod. Duke is a lot of people's favorite. I'm not a big Duke fan. I only root for Duke when they play North Carolina because I want to see Pay be upset, right? But keep in perspective. We got our chat going, right? This came through last night, early, of course. Big G always counting his ducks for they hatch. Now look, I was sitting there thinking like, I ain't saying he was gonna come back and win, but it's gonna be a game. I know it's gonna be a game.
Yeah,
and the fact of it is, man, you got Houston, you got them Sunnyside boys, them McGregor boys, them Sugarland boys. them boys don't quit, Big G. They just gonna keep gunning at you. And I could mean figuratively or literally gunning at you. But so Houston just got a whole bunch of YNs and they didn't stop playing the game.
They got some YNs, Tate.
They got some YNs out here in these streets, man.
Wildin', boy. That boy wildin'.
And they came back. That's all.
Well, the one thing I said before the tournament, if I know y'all remember that I said it. I said Kelvin Sampson's teams are always good defensively. Always good. But the difference between this year and any year previous is that they're amongst the top 5 in offense in college basketball. So that was the difference for me. That's why I said Houston was going to make it. And I was like, hey, man, Duke is good. But, hey, I think I call Houston. I call him a shot. Now, I'm going to tell you, Big G has been on Florida since the beginning of the tournament. He has been, and he's been on the guard from Florida, the 6'3" young fella.
Walter Clayton Jr.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a clash, man. You got the guard from Houston and this guy from Houston and Katy, Texas, and then the guy from Florida. Both represent their respective states. This is going to be a game, man. I think this actually was the best game of the tournament. That Duke-Houston game was the best game of the tournament so far. You hadn't seen a lot of players.
I don't know.
Give me one better.
Auburn, Florida. Florida went at it. They went at it.
They did, but the games last night, the second one was better. But Arkansas and who did Arkansas beat to get to the? Arkansas played a real like it went to double. Yeah, that game where Texas Tech came back. That game.
But I agree that Houston's gonna grind on them, bro. I can't listen. I got it. It ain't up loud. Is that better?
You loud.
Just keep going.
Keep going.
Listen, Houston's gonna grind on them boys, bro. Houston's gonna grind on them, but at the end of the day, will Florida's
No Diddy. You got the chill.
They're gonna grind on them, huh? But go ahead.
Duke's link did bother Houston, but what happened was Houston out persevered and they actually put too much pressure on Cooper Flagg. I called Mod last night and I said, Mod, Cooper Flagg was soaking wet. After, like, when you looked at him at the end of the game, he was exhausted because they just kept running guys at him, kept running guys at him, kept running the guys at him. And I think that Florida has more of what Duke has. Florida has guys that they can run back at Houston and be like, you're not going to run. Florida has 3 or 4 dudes that can just take over the game. They can just flat out take over the game. So I think that Florida is a better version of Duke. And I think Florida is bigger than Duke. Florida's bigger than Duke. And so, and they got that kid that I don't think nobody can stop. I don't think there's a player in the tournament that can stop him, man.
Who?
Florida's Crowley, the guard. There's not a guy in it. There's not a guy out there that can stop him.
Walter Clayton, yeah.
Walter Clayton, yeah. There's not a guy out there that can stop him. So that's just my thoughts. But Houston, you got to give them up for him, man. They persevered. I told Mod last night, I said, that damn Akeem Olajuwon African went in that locker room and I fired them boys up, told them start hitting them with lateral movement. All the other stuff that you say.
With lateral movement.
He started hitting them with lateral movement, and they was hitting them with lateral movement, and they couldn't. And Duke ran out of gas.
Yeah, I honestly, this is the first time since Five Slamma Jamma that they done been in the finals. Kelvin Sampson had actually got his team to the Final Four. He did that with Jamal Shead when Jamal Shead
2 years ago.
Yeah, so definitely, and Big Boy, it was there the last time that happened. So man, I mean, I applaud Kelvin Sampson, man. I think he's a really good coach. It's gonna be a game, man. It's gonna be a game. Auburn played their hearts out, man, but Florida was just a better team, man. Florida was just a better team. Tate, I know you picked Auburn and Alabama. When you were watching that Auburn-Florida game, what did you think of that?
Well, obviously I'm rooting for Auburn because I picked them, even though my bracket been done since Alabama got smashed by Duke last week, and then Tennessee lost last week to who they lose to? Who else played? They lost to Florida, right?
They lost to Houston.
They lost to Houston. Yeah, that's right. So my bracket been smashed, but I still was rooting for Auburn. I think it hurt them when my boy Pettiford got in foul trouble.
Yeah, that's fine.
They had to take him out. And Johnny Broome, Cooper Flagg deserved Player of the Year. Johnny Broome was a good college player. He might be a second-round draft pick or a free agent tryout in the league. My personal opinion.
That's big. That's big, Tate.
I mean, he's a defensive liability. He can't hit free throws. I mean, he's somebody you work to develop. He G League material. He's gonna be playing with Bronny.
Yeah, I agree. He's not a 3-and-D'er, and his game is in the post to be able to bully you and back you down. That doesn't translate to the NBA.
Not at all.
I agree. That doesn't translate. But I heard somebody today telling me that Cooper Flagg game don't translate. And I'm like, y'all are crazy.
Who said that?
Cooper Flagg game don't translate. You are wilding.
Cooper Flagg in the NBA is going to be a problem. And you better not let him get to a team like San Antonio or a team like Orlando. Let him get to a team that the way they already got some pieces. Oh, he's going to be a problem. He's going to be a big problem.
He is. I mean, he's 6'9" with a 7'1" wingspan. Can handle the ball. Can shoot the ball. Can pass the ball. I mean, come on, man. He gonna. Hey, and when we know how it goes down. Cooper Flag gonna be one of the players the league wanted to be the face of the league in the next 5 years.
Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. Totally, wholeheartedly agree on that.
What Damian say?
He was just saying that Florida is the truth. They have a 1-2 punch. No, he said Florida has a real 1-2 punch. Clayton is the truth.
Yeah, facts.
Who the two?
10. Haas.
He's better than Tyler Hansbrough.
Yeah, that's really not a good comp for Cooper Flag. I mean, Tyler Hansbrough he just bullied everybody. He ain't had no handle. He had no jumper.
He was saying Martin. He wouldn't. I guess it's what he's saying. Oh no. Martin,
the other dude for Florida.
Other player for boy. He wasn't saying. Are you saying Cooper Flag? No, he's not Tyler Hansbrough. Yeah,
right, not at all.
No,
I mean
Tyler Hansbrough was garbage in the pros.
Yeah,
the closest. Yeah, that's why he the coach at Cal now. He coach at Cal.
Yep.
And I say, and this is just off the top of my head though, not that they great all-time players. Cooper Flag remind me of Keith Van Horn when he was in college.
Good
and maybe like you go back in the day like a Tony Kukoc.
Good comps.
Yeah, I already know, man. That's what I'm here for.
I think his attitude is worse though. I think he does got a streak to where he can go, play aggressive and he plays aggressive basketball for real. So I mean, I like that. I like that about him. You know what I'm saying? He's not scared of anybody. So I think that's what's gonna make him a really good pro. I think that's gonna make him a pro. G.
Hey, does he come back next year now? I think if he had a one, he is gone.
No way. No way.
He'd be the face of men's college basketball like Juju. He can go back to Duke and play with a good team and win and still get paid for his college experience. I'm just asking. I don't got.
If the big guy from Sudan stays and the other guy that came in, they were all freshmen. So all three of those freshmen, if they all stay, then they have a chance to go back. But I know
they all got to stay. What other freshmen ready to go to the league right now besides Cooper Flag?
His teammate.
Knipple ain't ready to go to the league.
The other one, the Sudanese.
Oh, he's still a benefit from working out, staying at Duke. He can put up better numbers and get picked higher.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he got pro body, pro potential, but he definitely would get more money at Duke than he would in the pros because he might mess around, be a late first, early second round pick.
I think so. Duke can afford to pay him that bread. They can afford to pay him that scratch for real. G, take us off first commercial, bro.
Thanks for rocking with us on the KnoItAllz podcast. If you're watching us live on YouTube, what, Tate? Why you shaking your hands?
No, I'm clapping my hand because mine went to break in a timely manner.
Oh, yeah, I can tell. A bad angle on this trash Android phone. But listen, man.
I'm glad you admit it.
Thanks for rocking with us on the KnoItAllz podcast. We're going to take a little break, pause for the cause, get some algorithms jumping. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, like, subscribe, share. If you're listening to us on audio, wherever you get your audio podcast, we'll be right back with the KnoItAllz podcast.
Man, Shohei Ohtani just pitched first 26 pitches in the bullpen, just recovering from that surgery, man. I want to see him pitch again. I think that'd be great. So yeah, Tate, man, I want to talk to you about this, man. This is something that I really wanted to get into. We are officially today is the 6th. So we were 18 days away from the NFL draft.
August 24th, it kicks off.
You mean April 24th?
Yeah,
April 24th, it kicks off.
So, man, I mean, so all of the things that's been happening in the draft's been shaking up. I've asked G this question, but how many trades do you think we see in the first round alone? How many trades you think we're gonna get, man?
You asking me first?
Yeah.
I think you get a few. I'll say maybe. If I set an over-under, I'll say 2.5. And I'll probably would go. Oh, that's a tough one. See, actually, I should say Lions in Vegas. But I'll probably say 2. I'll probably say 2.
2?
Just because I think, I say 2. Because I think it's so much solid. I ain't saying generational, solid prospects in the draft that you can sit where you want to get somebody you need. So I don't see a lot of teams jumping up. Now, I think it'd be more teams that trade back than trade up because of that. But I think of the 2.5 I think the Steelers are potential to trade back. And Pavlak says 4. Okay.
4.
I mean, that's a good number.
Kevin Brockman says 2.
Yeah, see? Me and Kev on the same level with it. That's why I set the over-under 2.5. So either you think it's going to be 3 or more or 2 or less. In the first round, you see it. Man, you get back to the day 2 and day 3 picks, and Joker's going to be moving.
Oh, yeah, moving for real. Hey, G, go ahead. Finish, Tate.
No, I was just going to say, because them Jokers, organizations going to look at like, I want that player as a project in the 3rd round, willing to give up my 6th round pick to move up, to give my 3rd and my 6th to move up a little bit to get that player. Yeah. You know, and not even worry about a 6th round pick.
Yeah. And that kind of segues into my next question for G. G, how many teams going to give up their 2nd round pick and say, look, I want to get back into the 1st, right?
I'm potentially saying that there's going to be 5+ trades in the 1st round. I think after a couple of things has got to happen. I think for sure, I'm about 80% sure that 3 offensive tackles will come off the board in the first 10 picks. I'm about 80% sure. And I'm about sure that Tyler Warren, once he's drafted, teams are going to move up and down throughout the draft to try to potentially get the players they want. And I also do
why is Tyler Warren trigger all that movement?
He's one of the biggest targets in this draft. Outside of Abdul Carter, outside of Travis Hunter, Tyler Warren is a big-time target. And I would be willing to say that 27 of the 32 teams have him number 1 or 2 on their draft board. And so once he falls off the board, then I think potentially teams are going to start moving around. But what's going to push it is the 3 tackles going in the top 10.
So either 7 or 14.
He'll go between 7 or 14.
Because the Jets and the Colts are the team that showed the most interest. And the Jets pick at 7 and the Colts pick at 14.
I think any team between 7 and 14. Matter of fact, to be honest, I wouldn't be shocked if Jacksonville said to hell with it and picked him. Because every team, really from 5 to 14, every last one of those teams would take him. From 5 to 14, including Dallas. And Dallas got 2 tight ends, and they still would take him.
Anything can happen because we could go BPA, and it really change everything. But I'm interested to hear what you just said, and I know Tate's gonna have a rebuttal on this. So you said 3 offensive tackles
in the top 10. Yep.
Okay, and then we got Abdul Carter, we got Cam Ward, we got Travis Hunter.
Yep.
And we got Shador.
No, I don't think Shador. I think Shador can fall out of the top 10.
Okay, so we got those 3, right? So Will Campbell, Kelvin Banks, and Mimbu.
Yep.
That's 6. And where we at? So we all agree that all 6 of those players are gone.
If I had to list the guys that I know that's going in the top 10, Abdul Carter, Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Mason Graham, the 3 offensive tackles, that's 7. Ashton Genty is 8. And then it gets wild. Does Warren go in there? Does Shedeur Sanders go in there? Does Tate McMullen go in there? Does somebody reach for Matthew Golden because of his speed? I mean, it's a lot of variables after those 8 players in the top 10.
Tate, I want to hear yours.
Well, I got penciled in who I have penciled in to take old tackle. I mean, Big G, you know, he probably a little more knowledgeable than me about, you know, the individual. I know all the players you name, all the tackles. I think the Patriots take a tackle. I think where's Jacksonville pick?
5.
They could take a tackle. I mean, they need to protect Trevor Lawrence. They're already paying him. He keep getting dinged up every year. They need to protect him. And then the third tackle is Banks from Texas, I think, on my board. He could slip right out the top 10. I mean, I'm trying to think of who in that draft needs him. I mean, Dallas usually goes O-line all the time. They could take him, the Texas boy, to play with his boy, our friend of the show, our guest last week, Tyler Guyton. But I got a feeling they'll go another Texas boy down. They might take Matthew Golden. But so I got 2 tackles going, but I agree with G. I think you'll see 3 in the top 13.
So it's because we're looking at it, man. I mean, I'm with G. It's gonna get crazy because those are the players that I really believe that are gonna get taken. But there's some news, man. People are really saying that Omarion Hampton is flying up draft boards, and he might be the first running back taken. How do we feel about that? Tate? Omarion Hampton over Ashton Genty.
It could be close. I got him I have him right below Ashton Genty, but I can see a team want him 2 different style running backs. I think Omarion Hampton, he played in North Carolina, ACC and all that, but he played big time D1. Genty played with Boise State. They play some teams, but the competition ain't always as tough. I can see it happening depending on the team. For team, that's if Ashton Genty drop out the top 10, then it becomes a discussion more. If you're taking a running back in the top 10, it's going to be Genty. I don't see Hampton going in the top 10.
Bro, if he drops out of the top 10, that's chaos. Big G.
Yeah.
Is Big G froze?
He got to be.
He is froze. Oh,
but because if he drops, then it's because he's falling for a reason. Teams got word on something out, and he could continue to fall. And they'd be like, somebody could be like, we need a running back really bad and take Hampton and not Genty.
Well, a lot of but
it won't be in the top 10 though.
Well, Tate, the rumors have been that Ashton Genty hasn't ran the 40 because he's scared he's going to lose money, right?
Yeah, I get it.
He's scared he's going to lose money with Hampton being right there on his back and Judkins being right there on his back. Those are the 2 that they're saying, hey, man, they're flying up boards. He got
to put up a 4-4-4-4-4-4-5 because that's what they did. Mm-hmm. Now, I personally think he probably somewhere in the Caleb Johnson range, that 4.55, that 4.57. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he would lose money if he run the 40.
Yeah, definitely. So when I think about this whole thing, and I'm sitting here and I'm saying to myself, hey man, when it comes to running backs, Omarion would be the guy. Like even if Genty's there, I like Omarion over Genty. And you and I talked about this. and me and Big G talked about this too. But I wanna ask you, late rounds, who's somebody that you think you could get 4th or 5th round, who would be an asset to your team as a running back? Because I mean, go ahead. Yeah, it's a running back. Tate, you're on mute.
I think you go with see, because that changes the game for me, because I think the boy Tootin gonna go before the 5th round.
Yeah, he's
I like him a lot.
Tootin's gone in the 3rd round. He's gone in the third round.
I think same thing with Sampson out of Tennessee.
Gone by the 3rd round.
Yeah, that's where I'm getting at. So it would have been those guys 3 weeks ago for me. But now I feel like I'm working with a Rock Sanders or a Ollie Gordon. If I wait to the 5th, I'm not getting that explosion that I want. You know what I mean? Even your boy Blue from Texas going before the 5th round.
He's gone 3rd round. He's gone
right. So that's what I'm getting at. So it's gonna be hard to get a guy in the 5th round. You better, if you want a running back, you better go get him in the top 3, early 4, the latest.
Early 3, early 3, because they're gone by 4. They're definitely gone by 4. Mine is, it's got to be Ollie Gordon. I think he's going to be a late round steal. Why? Because I mean, this is a guy who won the best rusher in college award.
Doug Walker year before last, right?
Yeah. So in 23 he won it. So it's like, to me, had he had a better team, maybe he would have did better. Who knows? But I mean, you don't just win the Doug Walker by chance, right? You don't just get 1,700 yards just by showing up to a game. You have to be some type of running back, and I think that's somebody who you can look at and say, oh, this guy can be. Now I wouldn't say that he's a 3-down back. I think, and in the league right now, Saquon, I don't know if you agree with me, Saquon's the only back that I would keep on the field for all 3 down all 3 downs. Other than that, it's running back by committee. You know what I'm saying?
You can keep C-Mac if he's healthy on the field for all 3 downs.
If he's healthy.
If he's healthy.
Yeah. So it's like, now you get a back who can go 2 downs, and then you have your dash guy. So you have the smash guy, and then you have your dash guy. And I think you need to have running back by committee, and you could go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? I think that you would be able to put that together. So you get a guy like Ollie Gordon who can really help you, and then you have another guy that you can put in the back. So what team would you look for him to be a part of? Like, what team will he really thrive at? Because I think that's a big thing. When we're talking about these draft picks, they got to get to a good team.
So where I think Ollie Gordon will be a fit at?
Yeah, what team you think he'll be a fit at?
Oh, man, that's tough. I probably would say I can see him going somewhere like Green Bay to work with Jacobs, Josh Jacobs.
Mm-hmm.
Just, that play action game with Jordan Love and those receivers they have. And that's what their coach, Kevin Stefanski of Cleveland, Minnesota. What's Green Bay coach name? I can see his.
I see his
George
face.
Clooney looking face.
Yeah, young dude.
Yeah, but his offensive schematics is rooted in the run game first. So, and they tried to do that, but they didn't sign him back because he got hurt. The dude AJ Dillon was their second running back. So you go Ollie Gordon, you probably add a little more juice than Dillon with the same amount of power to go with Josh Jacobs, who just was probably like the 3rd highest rusher last year. Yeah. Now you got a duo.
Yeah,
which means double duo.
Yeah, double duo. Matt LaFleur is his name.
Matt LaFleur. Thanks, bro, man. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
So what do you? I like that he said Tootin is nice, but he's a big time turnover machine.
I think turnovers can be coached out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Coach Boone, Denzel. Remember the Titans? You dropped my ball.
you dropped
my ball.
That boy say your John Brown parts.
Why? You don't fumble my football. How many feet in a mile? Remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, so I think that can be kind of coached out of you. You know, so I mean, I don't know. But if we talking about the 5th round, I'll take a chance on him. I mean, but he's gonna go, like we said, probably in the 3rd round. And they didn't test it too well.
Nah. And I mean, he went 4-6. So, you know, I mean, I think.
Hold on a second, Mark.
How many feet are in a mile? 5,280 feet. You pick this ball up, you run every one of them. Get the stepping.
It's ramifications from fumbling, especially Mike Tomlin football.
It is. You know, so another player, and I mean, we're gonna talk about ranking our wide receivers. I was trying to wait till G came back in. But Lacy from LSU. So he's in trouble, right? He's in trouble, and he is in trouble for you know, hitting someone and then leaving the scene. So they got him for vehicular manslaughter. But he, you know, again, he may get off of this. But Lacy, who was coming when he came into the season, he was looked at as one of the top wide receivers. They said it was a perfect clip. He looked at as one of the top wide receivers in this draft. Now you get him in like the 7th round, the 6th or 7th round. Would you take a flyer on him, man? Is he somebody that you would take a flyer on in the 6th or 7th round?
Perhaps, but isn't that what they did with that boy from Florida a few years ago? I think the Kansas City took him. No, the Giants drafted him high, until he was always in trouble. I forgot his name. He done bounced around so much now. He might not even be in the league no more. But just 4 or 5 years ago, he's out. He played in Cleveland, played in Kansas City. He is always in trouble. Never really worked out. So we did the same thing with George Pickens. That's a second round pick. I mean, sometimes that stuff don't work. But in the 7th round, I probably have to.
I mean, it's high risk, high reward. Because if he works out, bro, if he works out, then you win. But if he doesn't, you know.
Derek, thank you. Taylor and Antonio Callaway. Absolutely who I'm talking about.
Yeah, so, you know, if he works out, great. If he doesn't, you know, you didn't lose anything. Black and Gold said he's done, Mod, to that case. It's settled. He killed someone. You're right. That's what it looked like. That's what it
But that's why if it's 7th round pick you don't care about, you just use it to have control of his rights. If he is not found guilty, that would be a hell of a lottery ticket if you can get him you know, get his mind right.
Facts. You get Kyron Lacy in the 7th, and then, you know, he turns out that he gets off, and now, you know, he's together. I mean, that's a guy you put in your wide receiver room and just add footballs. He'd be good. You know what I'm saying? He'd be good. He must
got his internet back.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, Sookie now.
Mr. Internet Man, he back. Internet Man is back. But look, so G, I asked him the question, and we talked about it. Kyron Lacy, is he worth? And me and you talked about this. Is he worth a 6th or 7th round?
No, he not. Basically, because his case is still pending. He's been accused of vehicular homicide. He killed a 78-year-old man by driving 82 or 83 miles an hour in a 65-mile-an-hour zone, which caused a head-on collision in the state of Louisiana. There's absolutely no way, with his case pending, that he's worth taking a run at a draft pick.
Even in the 6th round?
No, because he doesn't. Because when you're talking about NFL players transitioning from the collegiate level to the NFL level, it is not only the millions of dollars that these guys get paid, it's also the PR by representing a team, right? And so any team that takes that risk to bring a player like that in
and he's got pending legal charges, they're taking a big – and listen, that could get a GM fired like right now. Nobody's drafting Lacy. I wouldn't. I told you last night there's multiple players that's off my board. He's one of those guys that's off my board.
Okay.
Oh, he left the scene too?
Yeah, he left the scene. He did leave.
That speaks to character.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There's no way. There's no way I take him. That is facts. Taylor Mungo, that is absolute facts. Nobody wanted Collins because of him not doing the same thing, but doing similar shenanigans concerning putting himself in position to on one hand represent a franchise, but on the other hand, no, you're not going to do it.
Yeah. What's up, B-Dirt? B-Dirt in here, man. B-Dirt in here.
Shout out to the homie Dirt.
So, top 10 wide receivers. Top 10 wide receivers. We got 3 weekends. Plus, we have our show, our 200 show next week, by the way. So, y'all need to make sure that you're here for our 200 show. It is up. It's going to be up in running next week. There's a 200 show here at the KnoItAllz. But top 10 wide receivers on your board. And I'm going to start with you, G, because you done had the less time. You've been fighting with your computer, so I know you're ready. Give me your top 10 wide receivers on the board. Talk to me.
Travis Hunter, number 1. I think Travis Hunter is not a corner. I think he's going to play wide receiver in the NFL. I looked at his body type and body structure, and I was watching him run routes in the Colorado Pro Day. The Pro Day matches the Tate, which matches everything. So Hunter, number 1. Ted McMullen, number 2. I think Ted solidified his spot at number 2 by running a sub 4.5. He ran a 4.45, 4.44, 40-yard dash at his Pro Day. Matthew Golden, number 3, explosive wide receiver, 4.3 flat, 40-yard wide receiver. So I got him number 3 over Emeka Buka. Emeka Buka's my number 4 wide receiver. And I think realistically, all 4 of these guys will be in the top 20 picks. Number 5 from my list is Jaden Higgins. I think Jaden Higgins is one of the most undervalued players in this particular draft season. He's a freakish athlete. He's really similar to Ted. He's actually faster than Ted. He ran a 4.42. And when you go put his tape on at Iowa State, he's unbelievable, man.
It matched.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. So he's my number 5. My number 6 is Luther Burden. I think Luther has been known as a yak monster out of Missouri, but when you go put on the tape when he's had to play against serviceable defensive backs, and he's going to play in a slot in the NFL, or he's not going to play at all. You know, my next guy is Jaden Noel, the other wide receiver from Iowa State. I think he's a slot, and he can play an outside Y. He can't never play an X, but he can play outside Y, so I like him. Evan Umanora, the wide receiver out of Stanford, is my number 8. I think he's one of the most undervalued wide receivers in this particular draft. And I think that you're going to get a steal if you get him in the 2nd or even in the 3rd round. Jaden Royals, the wide receiver out of Utah State University, is my number 9 guy. He's a definite route runner, big-time route runner. He played against smaller competition, but I think it'll transition to the NFL. I got a lot of comparisons to him and Puka Nacua. A lot of people don't, but I do because I see the routes that Puka ran. You know,
he's 6 foot, but he's fast, and he's from Georgia. He's a Georgia kid. He's not from Utah, so yeah.
Yeah, and my last one is Becht, the wide receiver out of TCU. I think he's the number 10 wide receiver on the board. A lot of teams are have him higher. They have him 4 or 5. I don't have him that high. I think in the NFL, he's going to have to show me that he can get open, especially based on his 40 speed. You know, he's going to have to show me from a slot position he can get open. And then
I think he's a tight end.
The conversation might change.
I think
he's going to have to gain 20 pounds. He's going to gain 20 pounds.
He gonna be a big slot. He used to play tight. He lost weight. They moved him receiver. He'll be a receiver.
Yeah. Okay, Tate, go ahead, man.
My number 1, I have to agree with G, is Travis Hunter. I mean, he's a hell of a defensive back, but he's probably better at receivers, best position. And I came into the draft thinking he is better at DB, just thinking like, you know, Shador just was forcing him the ball. He put up all these stats and stuff, but no, he's actually a really, really good receiver. So I got Travis Hunter at 1. My number 2 was my boy, Matthew Golden.
Oh,
Got Golden at 2. 4.29 speed,
yeah.
shifty route runner, quick feet. I've seen comparisons to when they talked about the Steelers potentially looking at him, could he be the next Antonio Brown? Not Antonio Callaway, Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
So I got him at 2. My 3 receiver, I'm probably gonna keep it at home. Stay on my boy Emeka Egbuka. I think he has high football character. I think he can play the Y or in the slot. I think he's physical. He'll be a blocker. And he, the fact that he has good football character, he's not going to be one of those diva wide receivers.
Oh.
So, I got him at 3. My 4th receiver, man, I'm gonna have to go ahead and say I can't deny it, I guess, it's Tate. Just because the size, you looking at Drake London all over again, about 6'5", 220.
So, let me ask you this. Why do you have Tate so low?
Because he played in a weak conference, and I really don't think he's as athletic. He's big, you know what I mean. He run like a 4.8 40, 4.48 40,
4.48. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I think he'll be. We get talking about 3 and 4. We just not really arguing over much. I can go the other way. If a team need a big receiver, they're gonna take Tate. If a team need a good blocker and a good route runner, they're gonna take Egbuka.
Yeah.
So I like Tate. He's my 4th receiver, big size. I don't know how his physicality is really, but I like big receivers, which is why a lot of the next guys up on my list are gonna be some of the bigger body receivers. After this, number 5, Luther Benton.
Burden.
Yeah, Luther. Yeah, we know Luther Benton, don't we, Big G? Shout out to the homie Lou.
Fix my chimney, bro. He fixed my chimney. He hooked me up.
He got a chimney business, don't
he? Yep.
Yeah, but Luther Burden, yeah. He's my number 5 receiver. Now 6 through 10, we get depends on your flavor of the month, right? So at 6, I'm probably gonna take it. I like the big guys. I like Jalen Royals, like Big G said, out of Utah State. 6. Personally, I think he's the better. He didn't get as much pub at Iowa State as the other guy did, but I got Jalen Noel out of Iowa State as my number 7. And because I like the bigger body receivers, at number 8, I'm gonna go Trey Harris from Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Number 9, I'm gonna go Jaden Higgins from Iowa State also. And at number 10, I'm gonna let Big G. Well, Big G already picked this guy in there. Alik Ayamor from Ayamena from Stanford.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him a lot. So big physical, like 6'3", 220, 225, catches over the middle. And I'm biased, Big G, to the big guys. But my one sleeper who I feel like you get in the 4th or 5th round, I like Torrey Horton out of Colorado State.
Hey.
Dude is a beast.
Hey, that's a name. That's one you pull that one out the hat. I like that, Tate.
Because I know how good he was in 23 before he got hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was first, second round talk about him all day. He got hurt. I still think he came ran like a 4.43.
He did, and he's not even all the way back.
Not fully healthy, right? That's what I'm getting at. And he's the only player in college I've seen give Travis Hunter the business.
Well, Eric, Yamanainer or whatever. Alec.
Stop it, man. I see you assassinated worse than me. Stop it.
I did. But I will say, Alec got him too. Alec got him too.
He hit him for 14 catches, 295 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He lit Travis Hunter.
I bet. Hey, Big G, look up Horton stats in 23 against Colorado.
Oh, he lit him up too. He had 14 catches for 195 yards and 2 touchdowns. I know it off the top of my head.
Right.
Lit him up like a Christmas tree.
I see
Dude,
y'all
nice.
comments, and I see y'all comments. I'm gonna get to them. I'm gonna read my list off too, as well. Number 1 would be Travis Hunter if I had him on my wide receiver list.
So he's consistent with all of us then.
Right, yeah, but I think he's gonna play. I think he's gonna play some wide receiver. I wish he would just play wide receiver by himself, but it is what it is. He's one of them.
Oh.
But to be a great wide receiver, I think you have to play that all the time. You know what I mean? But number 2 is definitely going to be Matthew Golden. Number 3 is Ted McMillan for me. Number 4 is going to be Emeka Egbuka.
We just split 3 and 4, like we said.
Yeah, number 5 is going to be Luther Burden. Definitely, that's my number 5. Number 6 for me is going to be Jaden Higgins. Number 7 is going to be Jalen Royals from Utah State, 6 foot, but the boy can run routes. He's a technician. He's a technician.
His tape is outstanding for any of you guys that like to watch tape. His tape is outstanding.
Yeah,
all 22 tape is outstanding.
7 and was that 7 for me? Yes, or that's 6.
You're on 7 now.
Okay, 7 for me is Trey Harris. Trey Harris is a dog. I mean, he did what he did. He's physical. He did what he did at Ole Miss with a good quarterback. Jackson Dart's a good quarterback. But I'm gonna tell you, here's the other thing about him that's scary though. Is he a product of his offense, or is he just like that? But I saw him use his hands to beat people off the line, beat press coverage. So I like that.
I think he liked that because who else from Ole Miss with them styles? AJ Brown and DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
Big body, big boys that get down from the same school. Yeah. So I got complete faith in Trey Harris.
I like it. Number 8 for me would be Isaiah Bond. Now I will say this. Here's why I put Isaiah Bond in the discussion.
Mind you know what I'm about to put up here.
Yeah. But here's why I put him in the discussion. Before he got hurt, he was Texas's leading wide receiver. He was the guy. He was the go-to guy. He got hurt. He didn't come back. Didn't look good at all. But then if you look at his tape from Alabama, the tape holds up. The boy could go. He could play the position. Little frail. He's a little frail, 5'11", real skinny, but he can fly them. You know what I'm saying? He's still a low 4.3 guy, high 4.4 flat guy, right? What Quadfather said, put up the
get that bias sign up quickly.
And that's my number 8 guy. Number 9, for me is going to be Savion Williams, TCU.
I had him right outside my list. You right?
Savion, big, 6'5", goes 4.4 flat. You know what I'm saying? They had him returning kicks, bro. That's how thorough he is as a guy with the ball in his hands. He can make people miss. He's big. He can go, right?
He kind of do the same stuff that Debo do, but at the size of when he was in his prime, Cordero Patterson. He did all that.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
That's facts.
And I think the last one for me would be Ellick from Stanford. I think he's that last guy. Really, I think he'll be that last guy for real. Jaime said, Golden falls to the Steelers. Are we trading Pickens?
Yeah.
Yeah. If at 21 the Pittsburgh Steelers draft Matthew Golden, George Pickens is gone. George Pickens is gone. I'm still hearing a lot of rumors that George Pickens is liked a lot by the Green Bay Packers. But the cost is the question. The cost is the question. I personally, if I pick Golden at 21, I'm not taking anything less than a second and a fourth for Pickens. I'm not taking anything less. Now we can negotiate more.
That's a lot.
But I'm not taking. I want a second and a fourth. I want a second. And a
just because you want it, I mean you're gonna get it. Because to me, at that point, if you trade him, you handcuff yourself. Because now teams know, oh, Pittsburgh need to get something back for this. Because they picked the receiver in the first. They traded the receiver with their second round pick. Oh, we got them in the crosshair right now.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Right.
So you cannot trade him. I mean, if you draft a receiver in the first round, you got to trade him.
Yeah, facts. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Tate, Juice said Travis conference is no different than T-Max for real. Tate.
No, I don't. Do they play in the same conference? Actually, they do, don't they?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
Arizona and Colorado.
Yeah.
Big 12.
But come on, man. You see the tape on Travis Hunter. He generational. You know what I mean? T-Mac is a good receiver. It's gonna be a project, big body. He ain't put up the hype and the numbers like Drake London did at USC. And I think he real good. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying he not at the top of mine. Where I had him at like 7, 6, 7, somewhere around. I ain't disrespecting.
Yeah. So Kyle Williams is asleep out of Washington State. He is. He definitely is. Technician, route runner, got a little speed to him. I like it. A little speed to his game.
The problem with Kyle Williams is that so with a lot of these guys that we named, they're slots and they can't play another position.
Yes.
And I think that's what's going on with Kyle Williams, bro.
Yeah. So here's the deal. I agree with Quadfather because he's right. If you trade Pickens, you draft Golden in the first. You trade Pickens, you're gonna get a third and a fifth. You're not gonna get anything higher than that.
Nope.
You might not even get that because the thing is, you just hold on to Pickens. If he don't play, you weren't gonna have him anyway. If he do play, because he need to play good and get the bread, he leave next season as a free agent. You get a compensatory pick for him. He probably gonna bring you a third round back in 26. So you don't trade him. You can't be forced to trade him. Now, if you draft a receiver in the first round, you've decided to trade him. For no other reason do you trade him.
I like that.
And that's why I said the basement is a third and a fifth. The basement. Because if you hold on to him, you're going to get a minimum third, like Tate said. But a team that's desperate for a kid that could potentially be their number one, like the Green Bay Packers, I think they could get a second and a fourth. Easy for them.
The Patriots need somebody to get to Drake over there. Drake made.
The Patriots will mess around and give us their early second for him.
Well, I don't know. If they don't.
Pick 38, they give it up.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, G. I don't know about that one at all.
Why would they not? If they draft a tackle in the first with their first pick, and that's when they go in the second round, they need a guy to go. They got Diggs. They need another guy to go. They got to give London weapons. The Patriots will give us their second round pick right there at the top of the board, and I take it. Pick what's that? Pick 36, 30, 37, 30 somewhere in there.
Giving Drake May some weapons. I mean, they need a running back too. You know what I'm saying? They need a running back too, so I wouldn't be surprised if they take Ashton Genty there. Brother man, fifth flow. Let me comment on this. Usually I would let my brother come to the rescue, but I still need you to understand about Emeka Egbuka. Emeka Egbuka is where he is for three reasons. Number one, he started since he was a freshman, and he is the leading wide receiver in Ohio State history, right?
Big facts.
Number two, this is a guy who moved over and allowed Jeremiah Smith to be the guy. You know what I'm saying? This is a team player. Ohio State doesn't win the national championship without Emeka Egbuka. Doesn't happen.
Big facts.
Right? So Emeka Egbuka is a guy who he may not have the speed to burn, but here's the third reason. He gets open. He gets open in coverage. He finds himself open. In NFL, it's all about creating separation. And Emeka Egbuka is the guy who will create separation. So, I mean, yeah, he ain't played in NFL, but all of the traits are there. All of the traits are there. And if you put him in the slot, that's your behind, Mr. Postman.
He's closest to Hines Ward I've seen who the Steelers can get in a minute.
Super
far
big
as football character, far as getting over the middle, not being scared of nothing or nobody, far as, I mean, all those different things. keep in mind, Ohio State all-time leading receiver, and over his time at Ohio State, he played behind Chris Olave, Jackson Smith and Jibba, Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison, and now Jeremiah Smith. Played behind all these guys. And the only one he may be the guy over out that group is who the first one I named? Oh, Olave. And that's just because he keeps getting dinged up.
Yeah.
So if Abuka falls to us at 21, look out. GP out of there quickly. GP, I'm talking about with the quickness George Pickens is out of there. If he falls to us at 21 and we can pick Book at 21, GP get the trash bags together, dog. You up out of here. Second and a fourth for Green Bay, and then we get the running back in the D tackle.
Right, Fifth Flow, man. I didn't know that you worked for the Postal Service. My bad. I mean, that was just a quote from Friday. That's your man.
Oh.
But no, so here we go. We're back to this question again, you guys. Who's gonna throw the ball to him in Pittsburgh? It's another week that we're going about it. We're on this Aaron Rodgers thing, man. Sum it up, man. Y'all talk to me. What's happening? If Aaron Rodgers just want too much money, is he holding y'all hostage? I seen the owner on Mr. Rooney on TV talking about this very same thing and how he being patient, waiting on him. So what y'all talk to me, man.
You want the big facts?
Yeah, big facts.
Aaron Rodgers going to announce Wednesday in Pittsburgh on the Pat McAfee show. That's when that's going to happen.
Total fact.
And who gonna be our quarterback next year is going to be Aaron Rodgers. But you know what? I'm not worried about it because Mike Tomlin go to the playoffs with whoever playing quarterback, and then we gonna make moves to get our guy next year. We'll live with Mason Rudolph this year if we have to. If we have to, trade a fifth or sixth, maybe bring somebody like Will Levis in or Malik Willis, let them compete with Mason as a future potential backup, and you go get your guy next year when we let Pickens go get another third. We can have 4 or 5 third-round picks next year, all kind of capital to move up the draft. But Aaron Rodgers is going to be announcing wins in the Pat McAfee show is my take. Go ahead, Big G.
Why do you think? Why do you think so?
I've heard that. I mean, that's his boy too. He always going to be on Aaron. I mean, Pat McAfee once a week when it was the season.
Okay.
Yeah. That's his boy. The show's in Pittsburgh. Pat McAfee on the road in Pittsburgh. You can't get any bigger than that.
Pat McAfee from Pittsburgh. He ain't gonna be on there to let Aaron Rodgers poop on his city.
Yeah. Rodgers coming on. He gonna come on the show. He's gonna say, "I'm playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers." I give it about a 75% chance that on the 9th he signs. But I got to look at it from a realistic standpoint too. Aaron Rodgers is a 41-year-old man, 41-year-old man. He's holding out as long as he possibly can to actually not do anything. Because the moment he signs, Tate, you've already said this, I've said this. All them shenanigans that he got away with at the New York Jets by not showing up to OTAs, not showing up to minicamp and all, he ain't getting that off in Pittsburgh. I don't care how much Mr. Rooney and how much Tomlin and them kisses behind. Man, Cam Hayward and them ain't going for that. TJ Watt and them. So he knows the minute that ink dries on that contract, he better have his beat in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So that's why he's holding out.
And like I've said, I'm not even worried about that because he was the man in Green Bay. 4 MVPs, was there after Brett Favre won the Super Bowl. He built that thing up. He bought Chicago, owned them, the Bears, while he was playing in Green Bay. You know, there's no one solid owner in Green Bay that handles everything. Yep. It's owned by the community, however you terminology used. And we go to the Jets. Who's the leadership in the Jets culture now, even or when he got there 2 years ago? Who is it? Wasn't Robert Saleh, wasn't none of the players. You come to Pittsburgh with an owner like Art Rooney, coach like Mike Tomlin, veterans like Cam Hayward, TJ Watt, Minka Fitzpatrick. Only thing young is our offense. We want him to be the veteran and lead the offense. He ain't gonna get away with that stuff in Pittsburgh like he did everywhere else. He ain't gonna try it.
Yep. He gonna settle down and settle in real quick, fast, and hurry. Because I'm telling you, as soon as he signed that ink,
You better be in Pittsburgh. You better be ready to move that day or already had moved. Like, you better be there. Because, dog, it's time to go.
The Quad Father said, the Quad Father said Roger still secretly wants to be a Viking, but I think he's.
I think the only hang up with that is I don't think he wants to be a Viking. He might want to be a Viking. The Vikings don't want him. He keep that out there. His team is keeping that out there, just like Russ put that on Arthur Smith that, you know, I couldn't change plays. Aaron Rodgers trying to keep interest out there that the Vikings might want him so he can get maybe just a little bit more money from Pittsburgh, or second year is what he wants.
Yeah. He wants more money. He wants more money, or like Tate said, a longer deal. And guess what? If he comes into Pittsburgh and gets us 11-6 and we win a playoff game, I'll go with Rodgers in the next year. I sure in the hell would.
And draft a rookie and sit behind Rodgers.
Yep, sure would.
So, Black and Gold Standard said to lose a productive second-round pick for a comp third-round pick is bad business, Tate.
How we losing?
No, but because you got to realize, and I'm with keeping Pickens. Keep in mind, I said that Pickens was a second-round pick. I guess that's what he's talking about, but you never know what Curb talking about. Yeah. But I'd have to say that the second-round pick that's been a behavior problem, has been late to games, and all that stuff. You get what you can. Yeah. Now he might not be a Chase Claypool. You might not get for him what you got for Chase Claypool because teams know, oh, the con man fleece people. We gonna hesitate. But you can get you a third and to draft the one and then get you a third to continue to build. You do that. It ain't bad business. It's actually good business, Curb.
Yeah, he don't know. Get Kirby out of here. Get him out of here, bro. You don't.
Hey, Big G, do we start in the Matrix on Wednesday?
Man, off the rip. Curb, man. I'm telling Mon, you just don't know. Curb done actually turned me into a sane Steeler podcaster. I'm sane and sound with my takes because
Tell him what I told y'all in the chat the other day.
Yeah, Tate actually said, Kirby, you need to take some lessons from Big G because he's spitting big facts right now. And this brother, he's on it. And Curb, you just out in left field somewhere, bro. Oh, you out left field somewhere.
That's how bad it is, man. I'm telling somebody, listen to Big G.
Wow, Curbsters, man, what's going on?
We got to actually make a new thing. We're going to make a new pre-thing. So, like, before you enter the Matrix, like, you got to go to, like, the waiting room, and Claude and Tim Lyons and all them got to greet you. And they give you your onboarding papers and all whatever else, and welcome to the Matrix. And that's where Kirby's going to be stuck at for a little while because he's in the onboarding.
Remember on Boomerang, he was like, Kirby?
Yeah, the dog, the fake dog.
Curbster.
Yeah.
Big E Bronco said if you get a fourth-round pick for him with all his behavior issues, count your lucky stars. Man,
yeah, right. and Big E Bronco is right, except for the only fact is I don't trade him. He signed somewhere next year. Now I get a third.
Yeah, and you're right with a comp pick.
You can't, Kurt, Matrix right there off that comment right there.
Put him in there.
Go ahead.
Put him in there. I
got old country. Old country.
The old country. Send it to the old country, man. Nope. And I can't wait till we get the waiting room. We're gonna have the actual waiting room graphic.
Go on, hit him up. Go on, get it.
I can't do it.
I got him. But what they say? What dude say? Y'all remember 8 Mile? When Eminem was the battle at the end, the dude that said, I hate to do you like Leave It to Beaver. He said, if you gotta go, you gotta go.
You gotta go.
Curb, you gotta go.
Gotta go.
Old country.
And the new.
And the new. He over there with Claude.
Yeah, the meet and greet. You're getting a meet and greet right now, man.
Let's go ahead and take our last break, man, before we get out of here. Big G, talk to him.
Man, thanks for rocking with us with the KnoItAllz podcast on a Sunday. If you have not subscribed as of today, please hit subscribe and help us get to 1K subs. Wherever you get your audio podcasts, Google, Spotify, Apple, wherever you watch and rock with it, make sure that you listen to it on the playback. But right now on the video side, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with the KnoItAllz podcast.
And we are back. We are back. Make sure you smash those like buttons and let everybody know that you are here watching the KnoItAllz with us. Hey, man, look, Eastern Conference in the NBA, the Cavaliers are 62-15, Celtics 57-20, the Knicks are 49-28, Pacers are 46-31, Bucks 43-34, the Pistons are 43-35, Magic are 38-40, and the Hawks are 36-41. Bulls 36-42, with the Heat being 35-43. In the Western Conference, we have the Thunder 64-14, the Rockets 51-27, Lakers 48-30, the Nuggets 47-31, the Warriors 46-31, Timberwolves 46-32, the Clippers 46-32. The Grizzlies are 46-32. Mavericks are 38-41. And ninth place, and the Kings are 37-40. Before we get into big talk, I gotta ask this question, Tate. Is it fair to Ja Morant to do him the way that they did him? You know, as far as the gun sign, and for them trying to get him suspended for him shooting when they hit a three is doing the gun signs, the double guns, everybody. So should he have even been, is this like a reprimand for him? Do you think it's fair just because of his history? Talk to me about it.
It is fair because of his history. I mean, you know, if your reputation precedes you, I got a homie that's been locked up for a long time. I say long time. I mean, 1998. Fact. You know what I mean? He's still there. Caught a body, and he got, you know, most times in Ohio, if you get convicted of a homicide, you get 20 years usually. Yeah. This Joker got, because his reputation preceded him. Yeah. He got the 20 for that. Then he got 10 for something else, and 3 because in Ohio, any crime done with a gun, you get 3 years on top of it. Instead of running it consecutively like they do for most people, or concurrently, they ran it consecutively. He got to do all 33. See you, buddy. New Year's Day 2031. Looking forward to you getting home.
Yeah.
And Big G, know what I'm talking about.
Exactly know what I'm talking about. And his reputation preceded him.
So you agree, Big G?
Absolutely. Listen, they sat you down last year. They told you, cut the shenanigans out, bro. Right?
He didn't flash a real gun. He just did the sign.
They sat him down last year. See, you don't see. That's because you be on the bias. That's why you don't get it. That's called a habitual line stepper. When they set you down and they tell you stop it, don't start this no more, chill out, don't do nothing else like that. And then they gave him another chance before he did it, and they said, "Dude, we already done told you." Don't do it again. And he did it again.
Hey, Big G. He got a warning the night before.
Bro.
Come on, Ja. The night before. You did the same stuff. Then you do, and they said, hey, Ja, come on, no more of that. And he did the next night. Yep. You know what? Not only he deserved that just for buffoonery in the next game.
I've suspended his ass for the rest of the season. If I was the commissioner, I'd have suspended his ass for the rest of the season.
He deserved that. He got to pay that $75,000. But the league, all the leagues is a business. If you out there with a reputation, you out there doing stuff related to your bad reputation, that's bad for business. To go back to what Kirby said.
To the bench. To the bench you go for the rest of the season.
To the bench
for the rest of the season.
So and what are y'all thinking about this? They're trying to get off three players. I forget those 3 players, but they're trying to get KD to the Rockets. How do you feel?
No. The Rockets, listen, the Rockets is on the verge of being great again. The Rockets is on the verge of being great again. Them youngsters they got, all you got to do is just keep letting them play together. They're on the verge. They're the second or third place team in the West right now. Let them boys play out, do what they need to do. Listen, don't break that up. This is the thing. This is the hard part with the NBA. They're having the hardest time transitioning off of them old cats, bro. Transitioning off of them old cats. You let them youngsters rock, man. Let them rock out.
This ain't about the NBA. This is about the Houston Rockets. And Kevin Durant, Jabari, they talking about Jabari Smith, Reed Shepard, and Dylan Brooks. Bye-bye. Because you know what? I run KG with the boy Jalen, what's his name? The guard? Jalen Green. The center, Sangoon.
Sangoon, a dog.
And Asur Thompson.
Yeah.
Put KD in there. And Fred VanVleet. They working. They got a better team right now at Big G than they currently do. All you give up is Dylan Brooks. I like them too, but they still away from a chip. They got to go through look how long it took the Celtics to get it. Yeah. With Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, about 7-8 years to get it. Yeah. They was all up around it, but they didn't get it till 7-8 years.
Yeah. OKC going through it right now. They trying to figure it out. They got all them youngsters that trying to figure it out. So I get it.
Yeah. All right. So Eastern Conference, you guys. With the Cavs are still 62-15, second best record in the league. We go into playoffs. Who's y'all's real competition in the East? Is it still the Celtics and the Bucks?
It's Boston, bro.
It's just Boston.
It's Boston. It's Boston. Totally Boston. That's it. Ain't nobody else.
The Knicks couldn't get y'all in the
man. We just beat the John Brown hind parts off the Knicks about 4 or 5 days ago. Outscored them like 76-38 in the second half. Bye, Knicks.
Yeah,
wow. Wow. So
it's Boston.
Give me your final on this, man. Talk to me about the Cavs. Where we at and where we need to go.
The Cavs are where they need to be. Is this the year with the new coach? Like we just was talking about how long it took Boston. The Cavs been there for about 4 years now. You know what I mean? But they didn't start with a young guy. They started with some young pieces, but they brought in a veteran when they brought in Donovan Mitchell. Celtics didn't do that. Celtics just stuck with Tatum and Green. They even let their veteran go. Marcus Smart, they let him go before they got a championship.
Yeah. So
the Cavs right now, I mean, Boston is a team to beat because you don't get to wear the crown till you knock the king off the throne. You know what I mean? So Boston is a team to beat, but the question is, can they take them this year? I'm looking at them right now. They playing the Sacramento Kings, who beat them part of that 4-game losing streak they was on. They only up 70-64 in the third quarter, but the Kings are better than I think we think they are. But the Cavs are getting ready. I think if they win this game tonight, they clinch the East. And 62, they have 4 games left out of the night. I think they'll start letting people play, but starting to rest more people. Like they might play Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley in one game and sit Garland and Jared Allen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because once all they care about is the clinch. So then they all focus on getting ready for the playoffs. Yeah. You know, they play the Knicks again, one of those last 4 games. I think the last game. They don't care if they beat the Knicks that game. They already beat the Knicks every game this year. Yeah. So, you know, Boston's a team to beat. The Cavs is next up in the East. Nobody else really scares me in the East as far as being a Cavs fan. But with that being said, check out the Central Division Showdown tomorrow evening on the KnoItAllz channel. Right after you check out the Level Up podcast with Big G. So check it out. We'll get all into that. This is going to be a great show tomorrow, too.
Yeah, man. And before we get out of here, you know we got to talk a little baseball. Yankees are 6-3, leading the American League East. The American League Central, the Tigers are 5-4. The Rangers are 8-2 with the American League West over the Angels and the Astros. And in the National League, the Phillies, Sean, 7-2. Y'all are 7-2.
It's a miracle. It's a miracle.
Leading the National League, the National League East. My Braves are 1-8.
Big trash. They garbage. Matter of fact, they dumpster fire. The Braves is garbage. Get them out of here.
Yeah, we're not doing real well right now. And the Reds are 3-7.
Super garbage.
Now they won at least 1-2 more games than we did. You know what I'm saying?
But nah, see, you say, well, I'll go when I get into my team. Go ahead, Mom.
Yeah. So when it comes down to it, I mean, I'd rather be 3-7 than 1-8. You know what I'm saying? And you wasn't even excited about your Phillies this year.
I ain't.
And look at what they're doing. They're 7-2. They starting off hot.
Hey man, I gotta keep it quiet, man, over here, man. It was sneaky. it was a sneaky move, man. Sneaky, but I ain't. Hey, listen, I ain't there yet.
Tate,
you shouldn't be there, but I am there. Let me tell you about this. You said the Reds garbage. They pitching and showed up. The Reds lost. They just played. They went 2-4 in the last 6 games.
Yeah.
They lost 3 games, 1-0. 3 of them, 1-0. 3 in a row. 3 games in a row, 0 runs. You hold the other team to 1 run. You're supposed to win. The first game of the season, they lost 3-2. They was up 3-2. They brought in one of our worst closers who shouldn't even be on the team with 2 outs and 2 strikes and 3-2 lead. This joker gives up a triple, clears the bases. We lose that game.
Yeah.
So that's 4 the loss you're talking about right there. In the 2 games they won out the last 6, they scored 25 runs in 2 games and then 2 runs in 4 games. So it's just a matter of getting it together. They missing catcher Tyler Stevenson. We picked up Austin Hayes, our right fielder, was an all-star in 2023. Didn't play a lot because of injury last year. We gave him a little 1-year deal, prove it kind of deal. But yeah, so this dude show up just to say that, man. Old country. But no, put him in his house.
Yeah.
he gets them both. He gets them both. And matter of fact, he gets them. You get them twice.
Dang, Claude, you got like the Reds. You scored 0 runs a lot. But yeah, man. So I'm not worried about the Reds.
That's why he had to get it again. That's why. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you watched it from the beginning, Claude, you heard a lot of knowledge share, and you could hang out over there in the live chat, Matrixville with our homie Curb, because he over there too.
Big G.
He spent a night.
Man, give us a parting shot, man. Go ahead and give you a parting shot.
Hey, man, party shot, man. We 18 days away in counting, man. I mean, everybody, as far as the know-it-alls, has their specialty, like what they like, what they prefer, what they have a lot of knowledge about. I love college football, man. I love college football. And so my party shot is we're 18 days away to see a lot of these college kids fulfill their dreams. Some of these kids have been working since they were 7 and 8 and 9 years old, trying to make that special moment happen. And I'm excited for those kids, man. I'm excited to see not just my team improve, but a whole lot of other teams improve, because in my opinion, this is one of the best drafts that we'll see at certain positions in a long time. Running back, defensive tackle. There's a lot of good safety help in this draft. So I'm happy to see these kids. I'm excited for these kids, and let them see them fulfill their dreams and have an opportunity to play at the next level, man, because 1% of all college football players make it to the NFL. 1% less play 3 to 5 years in the NFL. So you talking about I worked till I'm 21, 22 years old to get an opportunity to get into a business where I might only be there 3 to 5 years. Hey, man, shout out to these kids, man. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. You worked hard. You did everything that you needed to do to get ready for this moment. So congratulations. Now, saying all that, Mod, I've already told you, we've talked about this already. The Ohio State Buckeyes will break the NFL draft record for most players selected in an NFL draft this year. The prior record is the Georgia Bulldogs with 15. The Ohio State Buckeyes will have 16 players drafted from round 1 to round 7 to break the NFL record. So I'm extremely proud of the Buckeyes, but I'm proud of all the kids that have worked hard to put themselves in position to be drafted in the NFL, man.
Love it. Love it. And G, before we get off of this, man, you know what we got to do for our partners in podcast crime. Talk to them about it.
Absolutely, man. Well, you know, the know-it-alls, that thing, see how it says 707? We up to about 750 right about now, man. So if you guys just look for the QR code, look for the know-it-alls thing, or sometimes just grab somebody's phone, especially your family, your friend. There's the QR code. Just scan it, or just put the Know-It-Alls podcast in, hit subscribe, and help us build to 1K subs, man. But going back to the crew, man, we put so many shows, so many things out there. Just tomorrow night, Tate Boy Fresh will be over there with that Central Division League thing that he's got with the Bulls and the Bucks and the Pacers and the Pistons and the Cavs. That'll be on. And then right before that, on the Know-It-Alls channel, I'll be on with the Level Up College Football podcast with Sarah C. and Andy P. On Tuesdays, I'll moonlight a little bit over there on Steelers Almighty, do the show with Big B, the big podcast. We get a lot of people from this channel to go over there and watch, so we appreciate it. On Wednesdays, me, Kirby, the Black and Gold Standard, and Tate rocks out on Smash the Gas podcast on the Know-It-Alls before we go over to Pump Your Brakes on Wednesdays with Steel Curtain Almighty and our boy Shannon, the Triple OG. We all take a break for Thursday. Friday, we come back hard in the paint. We do the Homies and Homies Overtime podcast with our boys B-Dirt and our boy Payday, who also has the Running Through the Jungle podcast, Frustrated Chicago Bears podcast, and the Pay Dirt podcast. And then we all come back together for the Know-It-Alls podcast on Sundays, live YouTube, 6 o'clock p.m. Make sure you set your calendar, and we appreciate all your support that you've done over the last several years, because our 200th show is next week. So we thank you guys, and we appreciate you guys once again from the Know-It-Alls.
Tate, give us your parting shot, brother.
No, man, you know, I don't never have much, man. I kind of said everything I wanted to say. I'm looking forward. Hopefully, we talked about, we're going to start a new segment, probably at show 201, called the Know-It-All Blitz. And we've done it a few times. This is round robin the questions. Ma was provide myself and Big G, but we all going to come with like 2 or 3 questions to ask each other and have discussions about it. So I'm looking forward to that. When I'm just ready to answer Ma's questions, like at the drop of a hat, y'all gonna know who know the most. That's obvious, I think. But you know, looking forward to some more great guests coming up. Like Tyler Guyton last week, Ma sent us something where it was a write-up in the Dallas Cowboy Club publication about Tyler Guyton's interview, and he sat down with the Know-It-All podcast. It was nice to see that out there, you know. So we trying to you know, just have a bigger footprint and bigger presence. We get that from all of our supporters, our Know-It-Alls fam, our homies fam, everybody that rocks with us, whatever we do. We appreciate each and every one of you. And I watch a lot of different podcasts. Not as many podcasts are as interactive as we are with our live chat, our sports fans, and everything like that. Yeah, you can sit there and watch them, listen to them talk, but we talking to y'all. We answer y'all questions. So, I mean, why not just help us put it out there and say, you know, just tell somebody, check it out. I tell people all the time, if you don't want to watch, I get it. You know, I personally ain't for everybody, but it don't hurt to hit that subscribe button. You only got to turn on notifications. Just hit the subscribe button. All you got to do. So all we asking for you to do. And on the 200 show next week, we're going to have $100 in giveaways. We'll give 4 people $25 each to your Cash App. We haven't actually discussed how we going to do that exactly yet, but we'll talk about it over the course of the week. And you guys tune in next week. I'm guessing it got to be some type of question answering. And, we ask a question, y'all give us an answer, and whoever answers correctly and first, then that person will cash out $25 to them. So looking forward to that. And that's next week. And yeah, man, we appreciate each and every one of you, each and everybody for rocking out with us. I've been back. I did have if I'm honest, to my boy bruh man, I was just playing the game that day, man. I ain't had none of my red cup but some ice. If you see me here earlier, I was drinking the juice, and I want to get Mean Joe Green to get copyrights, man. Pittsburgh Steelers great. The juice, the recipe for the juice was called the Mean Green Joe. Like, they just mixed his name up. Yep. It's a combination of kiwi, kale, celery, cucumber, green apples, ginger, and turmeric, and it was really good. And I spent all day. Not all day. My kids was here. Not my kids. My niece and nephew was here. But I spent a lot of time. They help. They like helping. Spent a lot of time making juice today. If you can see that picture, that's a picture. I made 3 different kinds. I got 4 different bottles of each for the week. Yeah. So, got some good juice jumping off. But, so we appreciate everybody. I'm just talking about what I did today because I don't got nothing else much to say. We about to get a good word from the homie Mod. We gonna get it. Pause, no Diddy. We ain't getting that. We ain't never getting that. Not me.
Never. Oh, never. Never.
Oh my God. Look, again, we would be nothing without you guys in the chat and being here. And Claude, I appreciate you. I got to give you a hard time, but we know that you're here and you support the show because you're always here. Check Generals, Afton, Big-G, everybody that
Quad Father, bruh, man.
Yeah. Jaime,
JC, Jaime.
I appreciate
Tim.
all you guys. We're like I said, we're nothing without you guys. We're here and we give up, portion of our Sunday, and y'all give it up the same way we do. Y'all give up a portion of y'all time, at least an hour, maybe 2 hours, to be able to be there with us, man. And we appreciate it, man. I know from the bottom of our heart, we definitely appreciate you guys rocking with us and kicking it with us. This is a Sunday where I'm getting ready to go to communion and go to church myself. And it's first Sunday, it's first weekend of the month. And, with it being the first weekend of the month and this being, an opportunity to me, when we think about the new year starting and we think about January, most of the time is still cold. It's still dreary. It's not a beginning of something. I think around this time is the beginning of stuff like, the trees are out here and they're beginning to bloom and everything's, you're getting the rain and the grass is beginning to grow. The snow is off the ground most of the time, although it is 55 degrees in Austin, Texas right now, which is crazy. But everything is new. And, although the new year started on the calendar year for everybody in January, I think this is a time for you to press the reset button, to be able to take look at what you're doing. It's just like with your clothes. You go through your clothes during this time and you put up your sweaters, you put up your hoodies, you start kind of changing and getting the new wardrobe out. Why don't you do that physically? Why don't you change and say, hey man, look, I'm going to get up. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to do something active, do some activity. Let me go outside and walk. Let me go outside and get a jump rope. A lot of us who are active and played sports, in our younger years, we know how to do it. Muscle memory is a thing. So we know how to do it. But, being here for the people who are around you is important. Taking care of your health is important. One of the reasons why I highlighted Fifth Flow's comment, brother man, Fifth Flow comment to Tate is that it's very important, man. And we love hearing that people are concerned about people in that aspect. And I'm concerned about people. And Big-G, my brother, he's taking more supplements. He's getting himself together. I appreciate that. because we want to be around. We want to be around to see our grandkids. We want to be around to hang out with our people. And this is a new time. This is a time to kind of push reset, to reboot. Everything's brand new. The summer's getting ready to come. Don't worry about having a summer body. Just have somebody. You know what I'm saying? Put together some type of body to where you'll be all right and you'll be proud of, man. You know, Tate doing the juice thing. That's important, man. Take care of your health. Your body's the only body you're gonna get. And you know, definitely we don't have time. Time has us, and we don't know how much time God has given us on this earth. So make sure that you take care of your body. Start anew. Do something else. Like I said, get you a dry erase marker. I have a dry erase marker and I have a dry erase board. So every day I'm marking off. Did I do what I needed to do? Do I go outside and walk? Did I hit the bike? You know, did I eat right? I get a green check if I did. I put an X if I didn't, right? And what I want to see at the end of the month is I want to see how many days I did the right thing. See, and I'm done after this. If you don't give yourself credit for doing the right things, you're going to always default and think that you're doing the wrong things. And while that's happening, you'll never be able to get ahead because you're always speaking negative on yourself. But if you could see and track it, man, I did good this day, I did good that day. And if you're starting to string together a habit of days that you're doing good. So what today, this week, you only did good one day. The next week, do good twice. The next week, do good 3 times. Just increase your level. And once you get to that place, you'll look back and say, man, I did what I was supposed to do more days than I did. So again, this is the time for us to reboot, regroup, press reset. Let's get in there and let's do it, man. It's April, and the year's already 4 months in, right? So let's go ahead and change things. Let the rain wash away the old, and we bring in the new, and let's get it. Let's go. Show 200 is next week, and I am super proud of that accomplishment. Show 200 is next week, and I am super proud of that accomplishment. We started a show 2.5 years ago, you guys?
Yeah, almost 3.
Man, it'll be 4 years Memorial Day weekend, 21.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's been 4 years, bro?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so we started the show 4 years ago. It seems like just a small time, man. It doesn't seem like it was that long. But we started a show 4 years ago, and we definitely started something and been faithful to it. We showed up.
And the only Sundays we missed the show was when it fell on a holiday. One year, Christmas and New Year fell on a Sunday, and maybe one other time. But so straight weeks we talking. Now, some of us might not have been here for certain shows for certain reasons, but we've been here consistently, rocking with each other, the brotherhood of it, and then for the love of just talking about the games, the love of the games, and talking to the fans and talking to you guys and all that stuff, man. So just to piggyback what Ma was saying, what I said earlier, Big-G also, we appreciate each and every one of you. It's not taken for granted. You know, some of the ridiculous stuff like Ma said, that Claude says, we know what Claude gonna say. But Claude show up every week on almost every show, though. That's my guy, man. I ain't never met Claude in person. I know Claude through this platform over these last few years, and I feel like Claude, that's my guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Afton, that's my homie. You know,
family.
All you people is family. Yeah, the live chat fam. There it is.
Yeah,
that's facts. That is big facts.
So yeah, make sure you show up. We're gonna show some of our favorite clips. You know, I'm excited to just kind of go down memory lane with you. And then, like I said, get this. We have the draft show, like we always do about this time. The draft show is coming, and we're gonna do it live, like we always do. You know, so make sure you tune into that. Tate, go ahead. You had something?
Yeah, man. Just as y'all mentioned the 200 show next week and our clips. Since Big-G got the big trash Android, he's already admitted it. Big-G, you got to do better than just telling me what episode and time. You got to at least send me the link to that podcast. Yeah,
I got you.
Then with that, just send me that, and then what the time is, and I can just go to it and get on my Apple, that big Apple boy with my dogs on it. Look at Harlem and Bronx. with my dogs on it, and do everything we got to do for you, Big G.
Hey, G,
They look dead. That battery dead, ain't it? Okay.
Your phone trash. But anyway, anyway, brother. Like I said, we're super excited. I'm getting ready to get my behind the community. Super excited about the 200 show. I'm super excited about the draft show. That's gonna happen. Of course, we watch there's always some surprises. And usually in the draft show, we have a lot of, like B-Dirt or Pay. We have a lot of the team that will be with us during the actual draft. So I'm looking forward to that.
I'm just about to say B-Dirt ain't gonna be there this year, and not even Thursday night. He getting married that weekend. I'm gonna be with us Thursday night, but after the next morning, I'm flying out to where B-Dirt at. So
Yeah. So I think we're only gonna do the Thursday night this year. Then we'll only do the Thursday night, so that way, and then we'll just kind of come in and do like little highlights. Me and G will come in and do little highlights and discuss the Steelers draft pick, the Cowboys draft pick. 200 show. That means Big G has had about 700 bad takes.
on record.
On record. You know what I'm saying? On record. But no, I mean, we've had some great guests over the years, man. Some great people. And of course, we can't get them all in here, but totally. I just want to make sure you guys show up for the 200 show. Tell a friend to tell a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend. We're going to be here. You guys got anything else before we get out of here?
No, sir. Appreciate you guys again.
All right. Well, man, look, I'm going to tell you something. Thank you for rocking out with the KnoItAllz. We will holler at you again next week. Same time, same channel. Peace.